Good morning, everybody of TikTok. Just wanted to show my zucchinis growing here. I got one flower I pollinated by hand yesterday and one that's open today. I've been using male flowers from a pumpkin that I have out front, but I'm actually gonna let that female flower go without being pollinated. That second one, I'm not gonna pollinate it. Instead, I'm just probably gonna pluck the unpollinated zucchini and slice it up and feed it to my crested gecko. Mix it up with some fruit because they really like it. It's good vitamins. Pumpkins are doing real well, but what I wanted to do this video about today is carbon. This is what I throw in my garden, actually in any soil of mine, all the time. These are just chunks out of my smoker, my hardwood smoker. This is probably either oak or apple wood that's a tiny bit left over, but it's all crumbling in my hands. You see it's been burnt. But it doesn't really matter what kind of soil you have. If you don't feed that soil, look how black that is. It's just going to eventually not have any nutrients left. It's going to look all brown and lightish colored, sometimes even like a gray. This soil's pretty sandy and it's semi-fertile. There used to be a chicken coop here years ago, and then there's a swimming pool that sat on top of it. But I can tell that it's semi-fertile by the color of the soil, and then you can bring it up and you can smell it. Humans are one of the few species on Earth that not only can we smell the ionization of particles after it rains, but we can smell the fertility of soil, petrichor. We can smell how fertile soil is. At least some of us can. I guess there's still a lot of people that probably don't have that trick, but it's in our DNA to be able to tell how fertile soil is. So if you have soil that you need to make more fertile, it isn't very fertile, you can't get anything to grow or fruit. Anytime you plant something, it just dies back. Whatever the case, the first thing that I would start with is grab yourself a handful of ashes out of either a fireplace if you use just only oak and hardwood pieces, or out of your smoker, and mix a good bucket full of ashes into all your soil. Or if you have a garden bed like this, mix a good quarter gallon, half gallon of ashes into the whole bed. That's what I did before I planted this, and I just took dirt right out of this grassy ground right here that has got weeds all over in it and probably isn't very fertile. Mixed in my biochar along with a little bit of perlite, because I like to keep the moisture retention and the aeration of perlite. And it's just growing away. These things I planted maybe a month ago. They're already fruiting. Even my roommate that's letting me live on this property has been completely amazed. She calls it my neon green thumb, because I can grow stuff so fast. But it's not that I can do it, it's that I'm feeding the soil, and the soil feeds the plant, and then the plant is doing it itself because I'm giving it what it needs. Ashes, biochar, and then any type of fertilizer, really. Like you can use compost, compost of chicken manure, rabbit poop. You can even compost your pet, like cat and dog poo, if you have the right type of composter set up, and then you have to let it fully compost all the way. It takes months and months usually, but there's lots of different ways you can make things work. But seriously, you can turn any type of soil into fertile soil, and you can grow anything, any time of the year, even if it's out of its particular grow season, as long as you just alter your growing parameters a little bit. And you make sure that you're keeping things warmer at night with smudge pots, or you grow it inside a greenhouse if it's wintertime. Protect it from the sun if it's in the summertime, heat waves, what have you. Mulberry tree is finally looking totally amazing. It's got these mulberries on it that are looking great. I'll leave you guys with that for the goodbye shot. Have a great day.